Hi there, Sue Viskovic
Andrew George
from Elixir Consulting, and we just grabbed an empty room here at the LTMA, the Less Talk More Action Conference. Andrew and I just spoke yesterday about pricing into the 2020s. We've been doing pricing for well over a decade here at Elixir, and it keeps iterating because at the moment all of the changes that are happening around the profession are influencing the way you price. Now that was a 45-minute session. We want to just do a quick 5-minute video here. So we thought we would pick out 3 of our top tips from that session to share with you. So Andrew, tip number 1.
Number 1, targeted clients. You can't serve everybody. You've got to know what your niche is. You've got to know what your service offering is. Don't say yes to everybody. Make sure that you've got a great service to the clients that you want to work with.
Yeah, it's been a consistent theme right throughout this conference, actually. Absolutely. Quite a few different speakers have talked about that, both successful advice businesses as well as marketing people like us. It's around creating that great model for your business. Second tip I'll talk about is profit. We talked about this fact that profit is not a dirty word. It's not something to be fearful of. Indeed, why would you go through all of the pain of running an advice business, particularly at the moment, if it wasn't profitable and you didn't have a financial benefit? So what kind of margins are people getting? I mean, people often ask us, is there any money in financial advice anymore? Is it worth it? And we would say absolutely. There's 2 types of revenue that have always been very attractive in any type of business, and they've been present in financial planning. One is recurring revenue and one is scalable revenue. Now, with the loss of commissions, it's not so easy to keep those 2 things in your business, but they are still absolutely achievable. In terms of the question around how much profit is possible, we have businesses that we're working with that are still consistently earning 40-50% profit. But our suggestion to you is when you build your pricing model and decide how you're going to charge for your advice in the future and how much, make sure that you build in that profit on purpose, because it doesn't come by accident anymore. You used to be able to do it by activity, just be really busy, bring on any client, you're going to build up a trail book sooner or later, and your profit's going to come from that. That doesn't exist anymore. So you decide what level of profit you're wanting to make and ensure that you separate out reward for effort. So pay yourself first. A principal advice firm, a principal advisor in a firm, we suggest paying 150k plus super, and then your profit sits above that. Doesn't matter how you actually split it and generate it through your financials, but think about those numbers. And then you should be aiming, we hate the word should because it's entirely up to you how you want to run your business and what you're striving for. But if you're not aiming for at least a 30% profit over that, you may find it difficult to be able to generate the revenue to invest back into your business to continue to evolve. So that's a really important one. And the third tip, Andrew?
Third one is left brain, right brain. So the left brain is have an evidence-based methodology that you calculated on chargeable rates, chargeable hours in terms of knowing what the cost of service to those clients. And the right brain, which is where a lot of advisors struggle, is about how you are going to articulate that to your clients. So what we often see is that when we're doing the calculations, a lot of advisors find that the easier part, but then it's actually going back to your clients and saying, because we've reviewed our business, we're going to have to up your fees. And that's often where the biggest challenge is.
Quite often it's the confidence of the advisor. And we talk about things, the art in pricing. So the left brain is crunching the numbers, the quant stuff. And then the art is, well, at what point are there some clients that we can have a value overlay? We may charge more than our minimum fee for them for a variety of reasons. And then how do you absolutely own it and have those conversations? We see all the time. Most advisors right now, with the increased costs, with the loss of grandfather trail, we are finding most advisors are having to go back to their existing client base and lift their fees for the clients for whom are going to get value from their services moving forward and who will continue to sign annual renewal agreements. So before you do that, it's really critical that you are totally confident in it and that you practice those conversations. We do that with a lot of our clients. We unpack the reviews they've got coming up. We help them look at each individual client and get really comfortable before that meeting. And we have great conversion rates of most of our clients are saying we're not losing any of our existing clients. They're all happy to pay that higher fee because we've got a process to demonstrate to them that it's worth continuing with us. But look, if you don't have a coach, at least work with your colleagues, at least plan out your conversations. We do have some great resources in the Evolve Alliance if you want to access it as a DIY, but just get confident. And when you pitch it to your client, as long as you're confirming the value and you know that what you're doing is worthwhile for them, I'll be really surprised if you lost too many clients. But hey, there are 3 top tips about pricing into the future. Best of luck.
Good luck.